Very sad day today. I'm coming back to you as soon as possible to, of course, um, sort of do my apology tour and also to rectify some of the um, fallout that has occurred from my previous episode. Yesterday's show um, didn't hit like I really wanted it to. Sure, it killed, but it killed just a bunch of innocent hides from the wild. And I think that if you haven't tuned into yesterday's show, which was called Goodwill Hunting, I recommend kind of find out what all the controversy is about. But you'll find out also here. But always good to go to the source. But here I'm just kind of in a funk, a bad funk, not the kind of funk that you can dance to on the dance floor, but the kind of funk that you can drink to until you pass out and wake up and wonder what will happen the last 12 hours. So I'm just going to explain what happened. I was yesterday's show was really um, prior to going live. I was in fact very enthusiastic. I was sort of on one. I was on a high, really ready to just share with everyone about my expedition, my Goodwill hunting expedition that I went on over the weekend, and all the great sort of bounties that I got. And I went through everything with great vigor. And what I found out now is that um, now that it's all wrapped and post production is, well, there's no post production. There's nothing. There's no way to sort of edit or rectify this problem. The show, um, it was not as funny as it is on paper. Now, on paper, I get all these ideas. There's a whole lot of things, but let's just start with the sort of failing of the comedy failing. It was really just a, what do they call it when you, it was a bomb. I bombed big time. I really wanted to bring home the bacon. Um, and if I wanted to bring home the bacon, maybe I should have hunted a pig. But no, I went out hunting and I got other things. And now I'm here um, in a bad place because everyone's coming after me for this. So first of all, my personal failings is that I came to you with all the goodwill to really make you laugh and feel joy and feel the delight that I felt as I was writing this down. And I'm really disappointed for myself, for the audience, because I really wanted you guys to laugh and revel. And I don't think it was that funny at all. And that's really the first tragedy of it all. Then it's so that's the one. That's first reason why I'm really sad. The other reason that I'm really sad is that now I just okay. So I don't know what to do about this. It's on paper. If I just give you the paper, I don't know. Maybe here I'm gonna put the copy it on paper right here. I'm gonna copy it. It's a copy. It's a very fast copy. It's really cool. I can do that. And then I'm gonna give it to you here. There's the paper. Okay. So here, you can have it again. On paper, it's funny. See, it's funny on paper. So literally, I'm a very literal guy. So it was funny on paper, and here you can have it. You can see what I mean. But once it comes into fruition, once I actually put paper and execute it into a vision and into a broadcast, it did not come out that way, and I have to find out why. I have to find out who's behind it. If all the responsibility, if it all falls on me, then I have to take responsibility and I'll make a public statement. But for now, I'm just sort of dealing with the fallout. There's so many issues though. I got all these. I got, um, I got contacted by many wildlife organizations. Um, very upset, very irate about the fact that I had went out goodwill hunting and I had gotten all kinds of different trophies that I brought home. Some I mounted, some I'm prepping, and some I'm, what do you call it? Like, yeah, when you sort of, when you get a good bounty, you try to, first preserve your bounty, and then you potentially freeze it, or maybe you sort of work on it. I did some of that stuff, and all these wildlife organizations, they are coming at my neck. Apparently, one of the one of my finds when I was Goodwill hunting was an endangered species, and so I got that organization who's threatening legal action against me, and of course, many activists for that particular breed. Um, I didn't know, I just saw this thing on the wild. It was sort of hunting season. It's the weekend. I like to go out and go goodwill hunting, and occasionally it's hit or miss. For me, it was a hit, but for everybody else, it was a miss. And these organizations are really, really aggressive. The activists, the organizations, they're coming at me. The endangered species, I never even heard of this species. It was like, I don't know where, I actually put it away, because I don't want, in case there's any raid, I don't know what's going to happen next. But if there happens to be a raid, sort of official action is taken, I want to make sure that I've put everything away, well hidden. I don't want them to find everything under, I hide things on. I don't know what to tell you where I hide things, because I don't want to give away in case there's they're watching the government and the organizations. On top of all these issues, I also have the issue that I got a note from now I thought these people had been defunded, but the fashion police even contacted me. I even got a cease and desist letter from the fashion police. So not only did my goodwill hunting aggravate the organizations that preserve certain wildlife and then other activists, but I also got the fashion police who were after me for various citations. I didn't even know that they were around. I thought that we had defunded the fashion police. In fact, I actually wanted to call them and sort of, I do this sometimes. I find when I break the law, I like to call anonymously and sort of turn myself in and then see it's kind of a game of like, it's war games. I like to see what their next move is. I like to kind of like preemptively strike them first. So we're going to call the fashion police just for a moment because we're having a little issue here. Does anyone have the number? I think the fashion police, are they 011? Are they, let me call them up right now. It's not 4, I think it's 011. So I'm going to call them up. I'm going to call the direct line and see if they would, yeah, hey, I'd like to report a potential crime. This is the fashion police? Okay, Northeast Division? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm calling anonymously. I'm aware of someone who had a few fashion faux pas, and they are flaunting it on the internet. And I just wanted to know, as I'm reporting, what are the, is this a severe consequence? What are the penalties for such an action? Hmm. 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 Okay. And how do you sort of, what procedure do you follow to do this? Like, is there, like, do you raid? I'm very cautious because I know this person um, personally, and I just want to know sort of what's going to happen to them. Is there going to be a raid of their home and confiscation of their fashion goods potentially once the case is built? Okay. No, I don't want to give my name. No, I'm just a, a good Samaritan. Just trying to, yeah. I thought that you guys were defunded, but the fashion police is still is good. Oh, you've just been severely. Do you guys? I guess you guys have. Oh, you're replacing your worker. You're, instead of sending out the fashion police, you actually got fashion caseworkers. Oh, I see. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it's a new model that they're testing out. So you have these fashion caseworkers come in, and they sort of come in as civil servants, and they, okay, gotcha. hmm hmm Yeah, no, that's good. That's information. No, I'm not going to give you any details now. I just want to sort of assess the damages. Um, and I just want to confirm that the Fashion Police was still active, but I see you guys are working at a certain different capacity. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Uh huh. No, not at this time. Okay. Talk to you. Yeah. Bye bye. Bye bye. All right. So now we now understand that the Fashion Police is a real thing, and they're definitely out there. But they're working in a different. They have different ways now. There's also other issues now that I'm facing. Besides all this, is compounding fallout from the from Goodwill Hunting. Is now I have also some rival Banana Republic hunter gangs are coming after me because I got and actually this is one of the pieces right here that I got in my hunt. And I think that these rival gangs were looking for this piece. They have been out in the field, they've been out in the wild looking for something like this. They don't come across it often. And that's why I'm actually wearing it, because I want to make sure that if I'm going to have these rival hunter gangs from the Banana Republic come and personally try to take my bounty away from me, they're going to have to literally rip the shirt off my back to get it. So I'm taking certain precautions because there's certain things I don't want to lose, and I'm very favorable to this particular find that I got. So as you can see, I got that, and let's all pray that nothing bad happens while the show's going on. I um, I don't know how to I don't know how to make this better, but I do feel like one way we can sort of one way that we can really here one way that we can sort of turn this around for the moment is that if you've caught, I don't know how anyone can giddy up at sort of a somber moment like this. I'm trying myself to giddy up, and I'm feeling very down. Obviously, maybe some of you can giddy up um, and send me some of your and sort of send your giddy up vibes my way. But it is a milestone. This show itself has now just turned 18, and it is now an legal adult. And I think one way we can feel a little bit better is that we can celebrate by I'm going to pour a little champagne on the show and just give it a little what do you call it? Like a commemoration of is that the word? Commemoration of this milestone. We've grown up, 18 now. Look at us on a roll. And so I just want to pour. I'm going to pour a little champagne. This is a little champagne. Don't question it. I'm going to pour a little champagne on the show. I'm going to pour a little champagne. You didn't see that. Let's see. We'll pour a little champagne on the show, just to kind of give it a little toast. So we're going to do that, and then see if I can get this right. Okay, here it comes. Whoa, yeah, pouring it on. Mm. Toast. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Okay, that's kind of ritualistic. It's what you got to do. It's kind of like when you're at a sports game and you win the game and they pour Gatorade on the coach. When this show turns 18, I like to pour champagne on the show, and it's like it's a celebration. It's a celebration. Okay, I'm not gonna say that word. Um, and it's actually not real. It's just to clarify. This is not. This is champagne. So that's sham, SHAM, pain. Um, so it's not real. It's not. It's not real. It's champagne. And because obviously you're catching on, you're all very quick. This is actually not the time to be drinking at 18. You may be an adult, but you can't drink until you're 21. So we're just gonna use champagne until the real stuff. But in a way, as an adult, I think there should be. So I mean, what can you do when the show turns 18? What kind of thing can you do? You can enlist in the army, but that's not fun. It's not good content. What else can you do when you're 18? Get a driver's license, but we don't have time for that right now. Plus, I couldn't fit a car in this room in the closet if I tried. Well, there's some cars that may fit in here. I think maybe we can get a Mini, aptly named. We can get a mini in here. You ever see one of those Fiats? Those little Fiats? I think you can fit a Fiat in here. I should have brought some measuring tape. Yeah, I think so. Actually, there's a couple of other cars. I used to have a Scion hatchback, a Scion XA. I believe I don't have it anymore, but if maybe that could fit in here. But it's not a really good driver's test to be driving around in my closet. I don't think that would really. That's not the skills we're looking for. I mean, you don't take a driver's test to drive around in a closet your whole life. At least I don't. You can do what you want. I don't know what your driver's test was like. And also it's not me, it's the show. The show has turned 18. I've been 18 for plenty of time, and I've been driving for plenty of time. As I just mentioned, I had a Scion at one point. Now I drive a Volvo, and in my driver's test, I actually did not pass the first time around. There was a little issue with lines. It's all about the lines. They are. It's when tests are really about lines, crossing certain lines and not. It's like, are you on this side of the line or that side of the line? And I was on the wrong side of the line at a particular time. There's just one line. They're all getting all uptight about one line. But I'm not trying to distract you from the misery that we're trying to commit.